Today we are using Kuretake colours. We've got raw umber, blue, grey deep and red. And I've got a selection of brushes, some round, some flat brushes. And I've got my cold pressed watercolour paper and I've taped that down. And I'm going to grab the red and a flat brush and make a circular pattern onto the page. So this is using the end of the brush, and because it's flat it means that you get more of a uniform kind of line, a kind of round shape to make your flower. And I'm moving up and making different sizes and putting them all over the page. So I am doing a piece that is from Kate's book, and it comes under stylized flowers. And what Kate says in the book is that flowers can be tricky to paint, and if you're trying to recreate a particular variety, that can be quite difficult. So instead, she turns her hand to basic watercolor circles and turns them into abstract blooms, and that this approach is simple and effective, but by varying the size and colors of the circles, you can create anything from large, lush bouquets to delicate vines, sprigs, and other floral beauties. So I'm adding the leaves now onto the page, using that bluey green grey, and then adding a little bit of brown colour in there, and then adding the vine, basically just connecting these leaves onto this vine by just drawing little lines with the smaller brush. I'm then grabbing the green colour again, and I'm just pressing the shape of that brush onto the page to make these other leaf shapes. Very, very easy to do. You're just pressing it down and dragging it across the page, and it leaves these lovely shapes. And then alternating between the brown and green to make these little loop shapes. And you're just gently using the tip of the brush, pressing very gently onto the page and just drawing round these imaginary circles, alternating the colours as you go, and just looking for spaces on your page where you can put these lovely little shapes down. So you may want to put down a few, or you may want to put down quite a lot. That choice is for you to make. So it's depending on the spaces that you've got and how you feel your painting's progressing, and also whether you're enjoying yourself putting these little circles down. So I've moved on to the brown paint now, and I'm using the end of the brush and just sort of lightly pressing it onto the paper and watering that paint down on some occasions, and just putting these little dots on there. In the book, Kate said that it happened to be a happy accident, this did. She put a little mark accidentally onto the background and then decided to cover it up by adding further marks. So I've moved on to the blue paint there, and you can see that there, and then moving on to the blue, grey, green, and just doing some little circles inside that red. That red is now dry, and this is going to be the base for you to add some pen on, some acrylic paint pen. So you will need to make sure that your base is dry before you add any of your marks onto your paint. So this is very easy to do. I've got a Posca paint pen and I'm just drawing little lines onto the leaves there, and then I'll be adding some detail onto the flowers as well. Alternating between this pen, and I've got a gold Uniball broad pen, so that will bring a little bit of glitz to the painting. All of the items that I use, including Kate's book, is listed below, and so there's a list of everything that I've used. Also, you can purchase these items. It's for your convenience, really. You may be able to find these items elsewhere at a cheaper price, And just to let you know that if you do decide to purchase, then I am affiliated with Amazon, which means that I do get a small commission. So just letting you know that. So you don't have to buy. It is just for your convenience. If you think to yourself, well, I'd love to have Kate's book, and how do I get it? Well, the link is there if you feel that you want to do that. Okay, so continuing now, adding some white paint pen and just some little circles onto this flower. Very, very easy to do. And then drawing some lines from those circles through that red and onto the white background there. And I think that looks rather cute. I love the way this is looking. So just continuing round, and I'll do this to each and every one of these lovely red flowers. You may not have the items that I have, but what I suggest you do is use what you have, and it'll be sort of like a happy, interesting surprise. I would love to hear whether you try this, whether you like it. Did you manage to complete it? What colours did you use? And how did it make you feel doing it? I know it's making me feel, I'm being very careful trying to get this precise. But I'm really, really enjoying doing it. There's lots to do in this picture. And I really do quite like following other artists. It's nice to see how they've produced something and what it took to get a lovely picture, how they've made it. I think that's part of the joy of art. You have that choice whether to, copy somebody else, somebody that you really, think is a great artist, or you can copy something in real life, so a still life picture, or something you might just think, well, I'm just going to see what happens and put brush to paper and just go with the flow, like so much abstract art is. So there's lots of variances within art, and it's quite interesting to do. And I think that is the joy of it. So I've finished the picture now and I'm bringing it up to the camera, and I think it's turned out really well. I really, really love it. I think this one might be another one for a frame. So I hope you've liked this, and if you like, maybe you'll subscribe, maybe you'll leave me a comment, let me know how you get on. I would love to hear from you, and I will come straight back. Okay then, well, have a great day and see you soon. Bye.